What if you had a hepatitis in your eye and it was malignant today? Would you still be protesting this?
Is hepatitis a cancer? Hepatitis is a cancer.
Would you still be?
But I mean, if I had something.
Would you still be protesting healthcare reform if you had that?
If I had that, I guess my way of looking at it is to say I'm no different from anybody else. I'm not entitled to health care either. And I'm not entitled to go to the government and say, gimme! You know, that's not the way America has ever worked. It's not the way freedom works. I mean, you're responsible for yourself, you take care of yourself. And if you can't, then you can't.
My Medicare is getting ready to be chopped up if this bill passes.
So you're in favor of Medicare?
I don't know. I am not in favor of Medicare. I'll tell you the truth. I am sort of a slave to it. My government forced me to pay the taxes for all my working life, and now they offer me a pittance in return in the form of Medicare.
So let's say you lost your Medicare, you lost your insurance, your beard got cancer, and you're going to die tomorrow. What would you do? Would you still be here protesting this healthcare?
Of course, I'd be here. I would still be here protesting.
Even if you were going to die tomorrow,
of
cancer beard.
Of course. Listen, this is not about me. It's not about old people like me. It's about my children, about my grandchildren, and about your grandchildren and their grandchildren. This is a change in the ways that America works that will reduce our liberties.
Do you have health insurance?
Me? No, I don't have health insurance right now.
And you're still out here protesting against Obamacare?
Because I'm protesting the right to not have health care, whether I want to or not, and that's really what it is.
The bill, from my view and my analysis, doesn't show that it really is intending to provide health care so much as it is trying to concentrate power within the government, give the government the ability to control the way we spend our money, how money is spent, and also about limiting our choices.
Okay.
That's my biggest complaint.
So it's more about the principles of government involvement.
It's the structure. It's the ideology behind the need for the structure, and the fact that blatantly they can promote that and demonize any opposition to it, and thereby try to squelch dissent, if you will, dissent, and tell people this is the right way to think. You must agree with this. This is your right. You know, when it has nothing to do with rights. No one has a right to free health care. You know, somebody's got to pay for it because nothing is free.
A lot of people will say that rights and freedom and liberty, they love all that.
Yeah.
But if they're not alive, they can't enjoy it, and that's their justification for
life is a right. You have a right to life just by nature of being a living, breathing human being, whether you're a citizen or not. Everybody has that right.
And that's their argument: is health insurance guarantees that right of life.
No, it's not. Health insurance and health care does not guarantee life. All it can do, all it can do is prolong it. Okay? At what cost? At what cost to society? At what cost to the individual? Now, I want everyone to live as long as possible. Okay? And it's my burden to care for my parents and my children, not the government's. Because when the government steps in, you begin to eat away at the moral imperative for people to do it for themselves.
One of the problems is that when the government is taking care of everybody, it relieves people of their own personal responsibility. You know, in the past, it was the work of charitable organizations to take care of the needy. Now, they're taking so much money from the people that the people feel like, oh, I already gave. I gave it to the government. I don't have to give it to the charitable organization. So the charitable organizations don't have the money.
It's unconstitutional and it's immoral to force citizens to buy their insurance under threat of penalty from a consortium of government-sanctioned, monopolized insurance companies.
Basically saying that you value freedom and liberty more than life?
Absolutely. Because
some people would say that's preposterous. Let's hear yours. Yeah. Go ahead. Let's hear your argument.
Well, I mean, a person can't have life if they're not entitled to own their own body and make their own decisions. I mean, that's the core tenet of any kind of natural law, libertarian philosophy. Is a person owns themselves, they own the decisions that they make and the consequences thereon. So you can't just have a rogue government, federal government, dictating to people what they can and can't buy.